Well, my faith journey has been quite an interesting one. I guess a little different to many in that it's come full circle. As a child, I came here to Meifod Church and came to the Sunday school led by Evelyn Davis, and she was an inspiration. Nearly every child in the school, there was 53 at the time, came. So this seed's been sown to all those children at that time. But I got to go to Aberystwyth University, and I felt one weekend that I should go along to a church just to tell my parents I'd been somewhere. And was amazed by St Michael's Church Aberystwyth, where the music, just the welcome, the number of people, but also the fact that the vicar kept looking at me every time I looked up during the sermon. And I really felt, I didn't realise at the time, but it was God speaking to me. 3 months later, I reached the stage where I said, God, if you're real, come into my life. And that's when it really changed. From then on, I had no doubt at all that there is a God and that he wanted to do something with me. And that's been the journey ever since. A friend of mine and myself went to a Pentecostal church in Welshpool, and during that time we learned lots of things about the Spirit and how the Spirit moves, and about words and pictures and all sorts of things, but also just built the basis of our faith together. Since then, we've been to a community church locally, so again learning all about community and about how to influence a community. And 2 years ago we felt, my wife and myself, that God had called us to come back home to Meifod. It just felt so different this time, in that we really felt that the Spirit of God was here. We really felt that warmth, that encouragement. And even in the times when we thought, should we really be doing this, having experienced so many other things, we really felt God again saying, this is where I want you to be. I am building something new here. For Meifod itself, we really feel that God wants to do a great work here. It's amazing how the Reverend Jane asked me 6 months ago to look at St Cecilia with the children at school, and I'd never ever done that before, and realised that actually he was a great man of faith who, when he came back to Meifod, established something here that was really special, and that people used to come on pilgrimage to Meifod to find out more about God and about what was going on, and then go back out into their communities. So actually started thinking about that and praying about that, and God gave me pictures of the Valley of Dry Bones, more recently an anvil and bellows and blowing the embers. So taking even something very small for each one of us, but when God's Spirit blows on it, it becomes really powerful and really useful. But also the other picture I had was putting the metal into the hot fire and then shaping it, and I felt that God was saying he's inviting people to come to him, and he will shape them, and the plans that he has for us, the plans to prosper us and not to harm us, then can come out in our lives. It's just encouraging you to get a hold of what God is saying, asking him whether that's just a simple what shall I do, or whether it's even more than that, and then just sharing that with people, because that makes such a difference when we share together what's going on, and it really encourages our faith. And who knows what's going to happen next, but I'm sure the fire is getting higher and higher and further and further.